What's up guys, David Land here, and welcome back to the Plate Race Series. Ready to go for race number 3 back at Talladega. But today we are currently trying to defend the points lead as we take a look at the top 10 in the standings after 2 events in the Plate Race Series. Trevor Bayne and Eric Almirola are the main threats for the Plate Race Championship at the moment. So, let's start from the back here at Talladega and see how quickly we can carve our way through the field to try to defend our points lead. So, here we are ready to go at Talladega. You may notice that I'm using my John Andretti throwback from the Career Mode series. If you have a paint scheme you'd like me to use that I've used in previous videos, or maybe I'll make a new one, let me know in the comments. Here we go. Green is out. And we are rolling at Talladega. So, looks like Matt Kenseth is on the pole. I guess I should start calling him retired Kenseth, shouldn't I? But anyway, we are racing, and underneath Michael Annett, the threat already. So, this is kind of a crucial moment, as usual in the NASCAR 15 plate races. As soon as we get on the back straightaway, we need to have a run on them. And I need to make sure I shift up in the 4th gear. I almost forgot to, as David was talking, and sometimes when David talks, it causes trouble. So here we go, down the back straightaway, trying to get a draft going here, but thankfully we do have Annett the threat in behind us, so it should mean that these guys are going to lift off quite a bit here going into 3, and that should give me some kind of an advantage to get up behind somebody. Waiting, come on Michael McDowell, you know you want to fall back here. Here we go, alright. So we've hooked up here in the draft, and we'll work to the inside of Michael McDowell, almost make contact with him. Maybe he did make a little bit of contact with him, but nothing too significant. But it seems like the pack is getting away, and Mr. David may have gotten caught out here a little bit. Well, Annett the threat's going to give me a shot. We're going to try to tandem a little bit and get back up into this pack. The key to this is the fact that at least Annett is actively trying to get me up into the field here, which is a good thing. We're over 198 miles an hour, almost at 200 down the back straightaway. So hopefully these fellas up here decide to not play very nice with each other. And it looks like they're not, because that top lane is really going slow. We might have just gotten launched right back into this pack here with the aid of Annett the threat. We'll have to see. Looks like we're catching Mikey, Ode Mikey, really easily here.
That's it, man. Set him up.
So it's just Michael McDowell who was in real big trouble there, even though it looks like Mikey's going to lose the draft there. Oh no, Mikey! No, Mikey, no! And it may have been that we lose the draft again. Man, this is just not a good day to be starting at the back at Talladega. And now we've lost Annett for some reason. I think I got too far away from Annett, and now it's just like everybody's going to the back. But it looks like Annett and Waltrip have hooked up, so that means we need to get in front of them once they decide to try to steamroll past me here. So we got to block. Just going to the inside, so we'll just stay right in front of him. All right, give me a shot. Annett the threat. We need to get up there into that pack. Look how far they've already pulled out, just by being by themselves.
On your bumper.
Or the pack, or us being by ourselves. Look how much the pack has pulled away. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so Annett the threat trying to go to the inside. We'll keep blocking him here. We're just going to be the full Logano at this point. That's all we need to do. It looks like Ryan Blaney has lost the draft as well. It seems like the last car in line always loses the draft pretty soon. I made a mistake. I didn't hold my line, but I managed to block Annett just enough that we'll be able to stay behind him.
Way to go, buddy.
Or stay ahead of him, I should say.
You and the leader.
So we'll come up in here behind Blaney and hopefully be able to draft with him, because otherwise we're pretty much out to lunch. We kind of need this pack to split up in the front, or we need a yellow to come out, because otherwise we're pretty well screwed over. Of course, the thing about these plate races is the fact that you get way better fuel mileage than the AI cars do. So in some ways it can benefit you to be back here because you're not up in the mess. but at the same time,
Hold there. Come
you
on,
just
work your
never
way to the
know.
front.
So okay, we're gonna try to push Blaney here.
Still with you.
So we're gonna lose a little bit of time, falling all the way to 185 miles an hour, but
The leader is 6
I'm gonna
seconds
form
ahead.
up a bit of a line here, and I always feel like I'm a better pusher in this game than I am a draft behinder. So here we go, tandeming with Blaney. Can we get back up into this pack that Chase Elliott currently leads at the moment? Gonna have to wait and see. But I think we're gonna be okay. Just got to run it like qualifying. Even though I didn't run qualifying, I have not run qualifying at all during the plate race series. It's been race only. That's why I've been starting at the back. Because otherwise you can kind of tandem during the qualifying and out-qualify everybody. Because it's group qualifying in NASCAR 15 on the plate tracks, and that's always fun. Of course, it's not that way in real life or in the games anymore. So come on, Blaney. Come on, let's get going. It's amazing how close that pack is wound. If you look on the map there, there's like 38 cars in that pack up there, but they are covered by about 3 dots on the map, which is kind of funny. So we're running. Well, I was running my fastest lap of the race, and then I decided to wreck Blaney, so that
Clear up high.
that didn't work too well. So we're just gonna have to hang back and let Blaney catch us, because you can see how much ground we lost just being by ourselves. Or if you look at where Annette and Michael Waltrip are on the track, we're completely away from them.
Clear, bud.
But now that we've gotten back into Blaney's draft, hopefully we just lost that half a lap. Ty Dillon is leading the race, and that's not good for points, because Ty Dillon is, I believe, 4th in the points. Well, he's just not leading anymore because Justin Allgaier just took the lead, but if Ty Dillon's up there and scoring good points, that's not very good for me. As we get in here behind Blaney,
We gotta go to work.
give him a shot down the straightaway and into the corner, and hopefully this time he doesn't spin out on me, because that would be a bad thing. But I could just wreck him at some point, and we could get a yellow and get launched up into the pack. But I kind of want to see where this goes with the pit strategy, if it goes anywhere. We're going to try to not wreck Blaney into 3 this time, which we did not. Well, this isn't really, well, I guess this is plate racing personified here, because it's just us tandeming with Blaney. It's kind of like, I was going to say front row racing, but that's not, they've won plate races before. It's like, whatever Reed Sorensen's team is. It's Premium Motorsports Plate Racing Simulator 2015. There you go. But at the moment, we have, you know, a little bit faster lap going here than we had previously. Even though I'm about to blow the engine up, which is probably not going to help matters. We're just gonna, you know, go for it here. We're up a whole 1/10 of a second, which is a huge, huge gain on a plate track, and then I wrecked Blaney. And we've lost that 10th.
Right side's clear.
Excellente. David doesn't know how to push clearly, but at least we can cool our engine off doing this. And hopefully Blaney will be a decent pusher, but I highly doubt
On your
it.
rear.
So, Mr. Boyer has the lead now, even though our best lap is now 9/10 slower than it was previously.
9-second gap to the leader.
But we'll see how Mr. Blaney is able to tandem here as we work around turn numbers 2, 1, and 2.
He'll nudge you.
It seems like if it can be possible, the pack has gotten closer up
Keep the
front.
momentum. Let's
So
go.
even more so, I am disappointed that I am not in the pack at the moment. But I suspect that pit stops are about to occur, because our fuel is starting to get pretty low, and that would generally mean that the AI car's fuel is getting dangerously low. So I would guess they're going to come around next time by and come in for some fuel, at least some of the pack. And when that happens, there's always potential that there will be wrecks. So we could potentially get a yellow. And hey, Blaney is giving us a good push. We're already a 10th up on our best lap ever. Or not ever, but during this race. And almost going to 2/10. So maybe I should have let Blaney push. And in fact, the cars that were by themselves are already in the pits, so not sure what kind of strategy call they're making. And not sure what Blaney's doing either, because he's trying to swap with me, and I do not want to swap at the moment. So, I think we've got probably 2 laps in our tank, as we don't have the entire field come into the pits. In fact, not very many cars come off into the pits.
You ready, buddy? We're low on
Interesting,
fuel.
but there goes Blaney to the pit lane.
Looking really good,
And
buddy.
we'll gain quite a few positions, thankfully. And easily we'll lap
We want to pit this lap. We need our
Waltrip
car to be right. 10-4.
and Annette. So now we're going to work around turns 1 and 2 all by ourselves. But we don't have to take fuel. So that's going to be a good... Or, don't have to take fuel. That would have been stupid. No, we don't have to take any tires, so our fuel stop will be very, very short. Now, the question, of course, is going to be, will we have a drafting partner when we get out, or several drafting partners, so we can just kind of leapfrog between cars? We'll have to wait and see on that one. But I'm hopefully,
Hey, try to save fuel
I
best you
hopefully
can.
will be confident enough once we get out into this pack. Hopefully everybody slows each other up going into the pits. And it looks like they've slowed each other up going into the pits massively. At least a couple cars
Nobody's
are
gonna pull
very,
and make it
very
easy for us
slow
today.
here.
Gotta go get it. Car
And
front's
that
heading
will
to the
help
pit.
me out
Okay,
significantly.
pit this time. Pit this time.
Thank you, whoever was very slow coming into the pits, because here we go, 13 laps into the event, and we're up, passing the pole sitter,
Keep it steady.
and passing Bobby Labonte, who was running up front at one
We're on
point
the
because I saw
inside.
him in the lead for a very brief fleeting moment. But we need to come into the pits this time around. We're coming up in behind Ryan Blaney.
We don't
So
want to
we'll
run
end
out of
up
fuel, buddy.
passing
Take a look
him
at your
right
gauge,
before
10-4.
we get into the pits, which is going to be interesting.
Clear up top.
But it looks like the rest of these guys are going to be coming off into the pits, possibly. We're going to have to wait and see how this all works out.
Ready.
All right, 3-second stop. That's what it estimated. 3 seconds. Boy, it's a long 3 seconds, as it usually is. But again, no tires, just gas. You need tires, you
Nice pit
idiot.
stop
I get
right
it.
there, just like we
I know what
practiced.
that is. That's
Doing
cars.
great, buddy. That pit stop's gonna make all the difference.
Okay, and back at it. Looks like we've launched ourselves up into the pack, which is a good thing. Biffle behind us, Casey Mears just ahead, Kyle Larson as well. Austin Dillon, who was leading the event just before we got back to racing. And hey, the banking's here. I'm going to use it, boys. So long, sucker.
Looking really good, buddy.
Yeah, not sure why you use the non-banked non-banking apron there, boys. You should use the banking apron, because I was just able to take 2 positions coming out of the pits. Don't know if that was legal. Probably wasn't, but come at me, bro. So we are actually chasing Austin Dillon now for the lead, or at least it will be the lead on track once Keselowski and Stewart come out of the pits, and they should be behind us. But the problem is the pack is probably going to form up, and things are going to get very interesting very quickly here, because if you can see, that is a lot of cars back there, a lot of cars that are going to try to take the lead
Full second, you made up
from
on the driver
David.
in front. Way to go, buddy.
But I don't have the lead yet, so we need to focus on that first, and then focus on racing later. Oh dear. Yeah, they are coming. McFlurry, Yaley, all the big boys. But we've got a huge draft on to Austin Dillon now. So hopefully we can just sneak to the inside here. Hey, you know what? I want to take the lead. So we will. Even though that may have been a bad strategic call, because we're going to be way out in front, and on a plate track, you don't want to be way out in front. But here comes Jeff Gordon,
Car 3
and
back.
they are trying to wreck, from what I can see in the
He's
mirrors.
charging.
And here comes
Car outside.
Austin Dillon to the
Trying to get to your
outside, so
corner.
we'll give that lead up for now. We took the lead, we made our point, and now we're just going to stay back here and just kind of stay in this pack if we
Holding
can.
up top.
So the Dr. Pepper car in behind us. Casey Mears running up front. I know he has scored some
They're on the
points,
outside.
I think, earlier on in the plate race series. So over 200 miles an hour. Yes, okay.
Very
We went to
impressive.
201. I was about to become a liar, but I wasn't. And let's see if we can maintain
You got
200
this. Nice work,
through the
man.
corner. Yeah, baby. Look at this run. Look at that run. Now I'm just testing. Now I'm just testing if it comes down to the last lap of the race where I can make the move. And it looks like if that would have been the race for the win, I would have just taken the win. So that's interesting. We got the 3 chicken tenders car in this race. Of course, that is David Reagan.
On your bumper.
And now McFlurry is all over the back of us, even though he is in the Donald Trump car, aka the Cessna car. That joke was stolen from race day 2011. But yeah, it was a funny joke, so I used it. Okay. Subscribe to him, by the way. Good diecast reviewer, and I think he's got a podcast going now, so check him out. That's a recommendation.
Still right behind
Totally
you.
not because he's my friend. Anyway,
Still
we
behind
have
you.
got a lot of cars all lined up behind us, and there's another pack behind that one,
Okay, 20 to go.
and we've still got 20 laps to
Alright,
go,
tucked in behind
as
you.
you heard, so still a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll at the front of a plate race.
Are in
So
line with
Yaley,
you.
Boyer, Mears, it is a who's who of drivers up here at the front as we just put the block of the century
Car up
on
top, just
JJ
looking.
Yaley.
Check
And
your
we didn't
outside.
on
You the man. Nice
Clint Boyer.
save.
Oh no, Mikey. Oh no, Mikey. Oh nope, we
Looking
saved
high.
it. Barely.
Keep it there.
But we just formed up the pack tremendously.
Closing on the bottom.
Oh lord. Oh,
Do
nope,
your best,
nope.
man.
Second time I've been
Just
turned
as
to the wall.
fast
There
as
it
him.
goes. Oh boy. Well, I got turned into the wall twice in one wreck, and then I spun into the pit lane. But those were both my fault. Let's be fair. I was a bad blocker. Bad blocking.
You're
All
right.
right, this is going to be a long stop for tires and fuel and repairs, but you're not going to see it because we're going to cut right here. All
Awesome
right,
job,
back to
guys.
this thing
Great
we
teamwork.
call racing.
Okay, go get him,
We
man.
were
We're
in
still one
ninth
of the
place,
fastest
as
cars out
the
there. Keep hitting your
thing
mark.
says, but then this happened, so that was
Still
not
start
going to
at
be
the
a
tail
good
of the
thing.
field.
So, we need to not lose
Hey,
draft,
buddy.
so
Almost at the green.
we need to be aggressive on this restart.
Come on, you just gotta be smooth
Here we go.
and calm. 10-4.
Well, Stenhouse
You're
already
6 seconds ahead.
caused some issues for himself.
Clear right.
Now, can we maintain this draft? We need to stay in the draft. For the love of God, we need to stay in the draft. Seems like the top lane's
Looking
fairly
really good
slow,
right here.
and that's going to help me.
Stay on the bottom.
I just don't know where I think we're pretty much safe. I don't want to
Okay,
speak
behind
too
you.
soon here.
Move down low.
Well, there's
Driver
no
first,
drafting
2
down
seconds
low.
ahead. Got a car behind. Got one
Okay,
behind you. You
so
don't need to block.
I'm
No
not
draft behind you.
too confident in the fact that I
That's good.
may have
Stay
just
right
lost
there
the
for more
draft.
speed.
We'll see. We'll see.
Got a car behind.
I'm not very confident.
Still with you.
I'll move to the outside here. Gonna try to draft with Ryan Newman here. No, they're pulling away. They are freaking pulling away, and that is not a good thing. We're still over 200, so
Still
that's a
on you.
good thing. We're maintaining pack speed.
Okay, behind you.
Oh yeah, here we go. 202. We have the
you're
momentum. We have that
Okay, clear.
momentum. We're gonna maintain the speed. 204, 205. Ludicrous speed here on the back straightaway at Talladega.
pace.
Denny
You're doing
Hamlin just
great.
shoved his way in the line there. I had to do that, because
Got one
otherwise
behind
I
you.
was going to be caught out. And Hamlin is flying. I made a mistake there. Hamlin, I think, actually ruined the draft
Clear,
a little
clear.
bit. Hamlin ruined that for me. I don't know how, but he did. Just by sneaking into that pack just ever so slightly. And we're going to lose out again. Come on, baby. That is so annoying. They are 4 wide out in front, but boy, that looks like fun. Too bad I'm not going to be able to participate in it. You know, if there was ever a time for the AI to crash on their own, now would be the time. Well, I don't think it's going to happen, so we just need to kind of take our table scraps here, and our table scraps are Michael McDowell. Thankfully, McDowell is falling
heading to the pit.
far enough back that we may be able to catch him, and their car's pitting, so I'm hoping that it slows this group down a little bit. Those cars that
First
are
is leading
pitting
by 3 seconds.
should be up near the front of the pack. We'll see how it all turns out. Nobody came into the pits that time.
Doing an awesome job today, buddy.
So we will cut in front of Michael McDowell, and hopefully he'll start drafting with us, because otherwise we are screwed. And he's not drafting with us. We're driving too fast for Michael McDowell, despite the fact that we have no draft. That's annoying. That's very annoying. Okay, so we've just got to cross our fingers here that the cars that are pitting are far enough up the pack that they're going to cause some issues. Because otherwise, my damaged Checker for Andretti machine is going to be in a world of hurt.
The leader is 4 seconds in front.
Come on, slow him up, guys. Slow him up. Cause some issues, cause some trouble, cause some problems. One car coming off into the pits.
Car in front's heading to the pit.
That's not nearly enough cars to pit that it's going to cause any kind of an impact there. So Jeff Gordon leads the race, and we are just losing. We're doing so much losing right now. It's unbelievable. So we go up to 40th position, but it's a hollow 40th position, as of course we were running up front earlier in the event. And now we're way back.
Between you and the leader.
But the good thing is, since we took tires under that yellow, we know that we can get back up into the pack relatively easily with a good pit stop, meaning a 3-second pit stop.
Come on, let's do this now. It's time to go to work.
And obviously that makes up about 10 seconds on track if everybody else goes for 4. And of course that's not counting how much time they will lose by cars coming into the pits and slowing them up. There's the 3 Chicken Tenders car into the pits, so we'll take one more position there. I really wish I had a drafting partner, but friggin' Michael McDowell is not making that easy on me. I guess the only thing I can kind of hope for at the moment is that these fellas up here that look like they just lost the draft will fall back relatively quickly, and then we can get in behind them. It looks like Larson's one of them, because he's the next car in line ahead of me. And then we'll just have to wait and see what we can get, or if we can draft them particularly well. Does that make sense? I don't think that was English that was coming out of my mouth there for a second. But there were cars that stayed out prior to the yellow, and I believe they are coming into the pits now. And it looks like we may have broken the pack up a little bit. No, not really. Labonte and Elliott. Now Earnhardt Jr. is the car directly ahead of me. It looks like Larson got around him. There is a car coming out of the pits as well. Wonder if there will be some LePage-style shenanigans with that car. Hopefully. That would be nice if that car kind of forces its way into the pack and either slows up a lot of guys or causes a wreck. That would help me out significantly. But we are looking at about... We're coming up to about 10 laps to go. I don't know how long you can get onto the fuel, but... You know, once we get to 10 laps to go and we've still got half a tank of fuel remaining, it starts to make me wonder what or how little fuel we can actually put in the tank when we get ready to go for this last run here. As there are a lot of cars coming into the pits now.
Keep rolling.
And we move up to 31st position.
Come on, man. Eyes on the prize. Let's do
So
this
we
now.
just keep them moving. As we've got 10 laps remaining in the motor race. Michael Waltrip, oh no, Mikey is leading the race. But I think we've got the fuel in hand
The leader is 10
to
seconds ahead.
make this good. And if not, hey, you know what, we've still had the points lead going in. The maximum somebody could make up is only 10 points on me. So theoretically, we still wouldn't even lose an entire race going into the last race. We're still very much in points contention, even if we finish back here and goose egg on the points. But I think we've got a top 10 finish in us as more and more cars are peeling off into the pits. Even though Kane now has an 11-second lead on me, which is concerning because we're only going to make up about 10 seconds in the pits
10 to go.
with our pit stop being so much quicker than the rest of them. Well, maybe it'll be about 13 seconds, but then again, and Hamlin has worked his way. He was in the lead briefly, and that was the guy who screwed me over on the restart. So, that's where we could have been. We could have been taking the lead on lap 28 rather than being back in the pack. Speaking of pack, or P words, we've got Danica Patrick up in the front. And, yeah, so that would be weird if Danica took her victory. I believe she has scored points. in the Plate Race Series. So it's not outside the realm of possibility that we could crown Danica Patrick the best plate racer in the series. But now we're going to be moving around more lapped cars. What am I talking about? We're going to be moving around more cars that we are passing on track.
9 to go.
As you hear it, 9 laps remaining in the race. And we are down in the orange of our fuel economy, or a fuel tank, I should say. And again, I don't know where we're going to be able to come out of the pits. Hopefully it'll be mid-pack. Hopefully we'll have the draft. Because if we don't have the draft, that is going to be a really, really difficult thing. Racing at the without the draft at Talladega is like trying to whitewater raft without a paddle. You're pretty much screwed. But we'll see. We're moving up all the way to 12th position, up to 11th. And we're actually passing Stenhouse. So we passed a car coming out of the pits, we put him a lap down, meaning even if we did a full service pit stop, we would not be directly last. In fact, we're going to pass 2 cars, including Michael McDowell, who is coming out of the pits. Or maybe we won't pass him, maybe we'll just be drafting with him.
Fuel gauge, buddy. That'll tell you how many laps we've got.
Nope, we're passing him. So I think we got one more lap of fuel. We will go around one more time, and if I don't make it, I don't make it. It's not a big deal to me. I think we may be able to do a splash and get 7 laps, or 6 laps, or however many it is. It's going to be... I don't know about that. You know what? We're going to play it safe. We're going to play it safe like the CSX truck, and we're going to just go for a splash, because that's going to be 3 seconds. And that should be a fast enough pit stop that will be in the running here as we go up to second.
Come on, man, you have to pit this lap.
Yeah. Just calm down, spotter. We got this. We got this. I have confidence. We got it. We've been running by ourselves for this long.
You're running a little low.
I think we're going to be all right, spotter. Just have confidence in me. We can do it. Truex goes up to second. He's 22 seconds behind. So we've got to make up, well, he's still coming out of the pit, so never mind. We're making up tons of time on Truex. We just have to make it up in the pits so we can go for the win here. But the problem is that Jimmy Johnson is coming in well ahead of us, both on track and in the pits. So what's going to happen? Here we come.
Here we go.
All right, fuel only stop. We passed Johnson in the pits. Depending on how long Johnson's going to remain in the pits is going to be the key to this race. Here we go. There goes Johnson. We're chasing him out.
Awesome work, guys. Awesome work.
Like I said, we got a real good car here.
All right,
Just
here we
take care
go.
of it, buddy.
Things get serious now because here comes Brian Vickers. He's going to go by as well as Martin
Get
Truex.
that back.
And we just got to not LePage anybody as we run our cheater line here coming out of the pits, which I don't really think this is a cheater line because, hey, if they weren't smart enough to think about it, it's their fault. And a big old pack coming by.
We've been here before, buddy. Come on, let's pick
And we
it
get
up.
onto the back of this pack. Hopefully Johnson slows him up a little bit coming out of the pits. It looks like he does.
Between you and the leader. Car in front's heading to the pit.
Hashtag thank you, Jimmy.
Car approaching high.
Okay, here we go.
He's coming high.
There goes
Clear up top.
Larson in behind
Looks
us.
like he's going to tuck in and draft behind you.
We're going to try to get in behind Boyer here.
On your bumper.
In behind Boyer.
Still right behind you.
Down to the inside of Boyer. There goes Elliott into the pits
We
again.
got this, buddy.
That's interesting. Okay, can we catch up to this pack up in front? Because
Five to go.
otherwise we're not going to score a single championship
Right
point.
on the high
We
side.
need to be in the top 10.
Car right behind you.
But Joey Logano,
Joey,
yes,
yeah.
he's not dead in the plate race universe. It's not Castro Neves here.
Still right behind
He's only
you.
dead in the career mode.
He's still on you.
It is pushing us. Slice to the inside. Well, maybe, I don't know what lane is going to move better. It looks like maybe Boyer's at the moment. Give me a shove. Down into turn 3, getting right down on the yellow line. A little too close on the yellow line for my comfort. And Truex is now leading, but he's 2 packs ahead of us, so we've got to hopefully
Watch your mirror. He's coming up fast.
get a couple packs
Keep
together
high,
here and
keep high.
pass as Logano's going to take the lead in this pack,
Go up
unfortunately.
high.
That's going to be a
4 to
problem.
go.
4 laps to go. We are in the pack, but we're only 21st,
Car 2 back.
which is a problem. A big problem. Can we get up? Oh, thank you, Logano. All right, here we go. Giving Logano a shot down the back straightaway. Can we increase our speed big time?
We're on the low side.
201 miles per hour, 200 miles per hour.
Nice and easy. Just
Looks
keep
like there's a
doing what you've been
slowdown
doing.
in the mid-pack up in
Nice
front.
side's clear.
So if we can get a good run here, I think we can get around these guys. We seem to be going fairly slow at the moment. Let's see. Can we get it? Can we get it? It seems like maybe Keselowski's kind of slow. We're going to need 9 positions.
Car 2 back.
That's a tall ask at a plate track, especially when
Still right
all the
behind you.
cars aren't together.
Still with you.
But it looks like we're going to catch up to Keselowski very fast here, as well as Ty Dillon. So which way are we going to go around? Sweeping to the inside we go. And around Keselowski, around Ty Dillon. Those guys are in the
Clear
old
high.
checker hole, so to the back they go. Even though Ty Dillon's kind of going to go in front of everybody and slow them all up. Which means they're going to be an angry horde here in a second as they get their momentum going. But can we launch ourselves up
Far in
into the
line with
second
you.
pack and possibly this first
Closing up
pack?
top.
Well, there comes Brad Keselowski with a huge head of steam, but we will block that huge head of steam
Watch
at the
your
moment.
outside. 2 to go.
Keeping Clint Boyer behind us. We got 2 laps to go, and that is the time we need to take to get up into this pack and try to race for a top 10. Score at least any points at this juncture. Hamlin still leading.
Watch your
Into the
rear.
wall we go. That's a problem. Just keep everybody behind us at the
On your
moment,
rear.
which is going to make things very, very difficult as Clint Boyer coming up behind, giving me a shot. Looks like we may be maintaining 18th position.
Still behind you.
We just got to keep Boyer, Dale Jr. Dale, oh, we crashed coming to the line. White flag is out, so it's
We can
not
do
going to
this.
bring out the yellow.
Gotta keep focused.
And that
Leader
is,
6 seconds ahead.
well, that is going to be 30th. Thanks, NASCAR. It's not NASCAR Heat 2,
Great save. You are the
because
man.
we can crash like that and not bring out the yellow on the last
We're
lap.
on the bottom. 3 back.
Well, we've just
3
got to
back,
keep them behind us
low.
now. It doesn't even matter that we're 30th, because we're not going to score any points. But we can make this entertaining. All right, David Reagan in the 3 chicken tenders car.
Looking outside.
Whoever that
Don't
is,
worry, man.
Casey
He's just gonna
Kane.
bump traffic
Got to
with
keep him behind me. Come on. Stay back there. Stay. Oh, we almost got turned by David Reagan. Brian Vickers wins. That's weird.
Watch your mirror. He's
He
coming
didn't
up
have to wreck
fast.
Dale Jr. to do it. Okay, here we go.
On your
Working
bumper.
through the tri-oval, and we are going to get 30th, I think.
Good effort, buddy.
Yeah,
We're always gonna get a
30th.
top 10.
So the big winners and your points winners are Vickers, Truex, Hamlin, Bain, Allmendinger, Jeb, Burton, Carl Edwards, Yaley, Harvick, and Gordon. Down through the rest of the field, you can see where your favorite driver finished, who led laps, all that good stuff. We finished 30th, which was a bit of a disappointment. All the way down through the rest of the field, Chase Elliott ran the fastest lap of the race, but he was way back in the pack. David Reagan was last and 43rd, and he was a lap down anyway, so why was I racing him? I have no idea. So, real quick look at the points as we go into the final race at Daytona Day. Ha ha ha. That's what it looks like. That's what the situation is. We will see you in the next video, which of course will be the season finale for the Plate Race Series at Daytona. Hope to see you there.